Gather round and let's drift off to a story from a bygone era, a tale of chrome, car hops, and cherry limeades. Tonight, we're talking about Sonic Drive-In, a story that isn't just about fast food, but about big dreams, tough lessons, and the spirit of American innovation. Our story begins not with a sonic boom, but with a quiet spark in Shawnee, Oklahoma. It's 1953, and a man named Troy Smith Sr. has just returned from World War II. He's running a little root beer stand called the Top Hat, a popular spot for locals, but Troy sees something more. He travels to Louisiana and discovers a drive-in using a novel intercom speaker system for ordering. A light bulb goes off. Instead of having customers shout their orders or relying on car hops to run back and forth, he could bring the order directly to the kitchen instantly. This simple idea was revolutionary. This is our first lesson of the night. Innovation doesn't have to be a giant leap. It can be a small, smart step that changes everything. Troy saw a problem in efficiency and found a simple technological solution. He installed the intercom system at his own drive-in, and suddenly, service was faster, more accurate, and frankly cooler. He even modified the parking lot, angling the spaces so customers could easily drive in and out. He wasn't just selling food. He was selling speed and convenience. The restaurant's new slogan became "Service at the Speed of Sound." And with that, in 1959, the name was officially changed to Sonic. As the 50s rolled into the 60s, Sonic began to grow. Troy partnered with a brilliant entrepreneur named Charles Papp. Papp saw the potential for franchising, a way to expand the Sonic brand far beyond Oklahoma. Their franchise model was unique. Instead of a hefty upfront fee, they took a small, simple royalty, just a penny per bag that the Sonic branded sandwiches were served in. This made it incredibly easy for aspiring entrepreneurs to open their own Sonic. Herein lies our second business insight. Make it easy for others to join your success. By lowering the barrier to entry, Smith and Papp created a network of passionate, invested owner-operators. Each franchisee was a local business owner, deeply connected to their community. This grassroots approach fueled rapid expansion. By 1967, there were 41 Sonics, and by 1978, that number had exploded to over 1,000 locations. Sonic was a bona fide American success story, a symbol of post-war optimism and small-town prosperity. They weren't just a chain. They were a collection of neighborhood hangouts. But every story has its turning point, and for Sonic, the good times couldn't last forever. In the late 70s and 80s, the fast food landscape was changing. Giants like McDonald's and Burger King were dominating with massive marketing budgets and hyper-efficient indoor dining models. The classic drive-in, once the peak of modernity, started to feel a bit dated. Sonic's decentralized, franchise-led model, once its greatest strength, now became a weakness. There was no unified menu, no consistent branding, and no national advertising strategy. A Sonic in Texas might be completely different from one in Kansas. The company was a patchwork quilt when the market demanded a uniform. And so we arrive at a critical lesson. What gets you here won't necessarily get you there. A business must adapt. The loose, independent spirit that fueled Sonic's initial growth was now holding it back from competing on a national stage. The company was struggling. By the mid-80s, Sonic was on the brink of collapse, laden with debt and lacking a clear direction. The dream was fading. This is when our story takes a dramatic turn. In 1983, a group of franchisees, led by a man named Clifford Hudson, who would later become CEO, did something remarkable. They saw the company they loved failing, so they banded together, pooled their resources, and bought the parent company themselves. It was an audacious move, a group of small-town entrepreneurs taking control of their own destiny. Their first order of business was to unify the brand. They created a new franchise agreement that standardized the menu and operations. They launched their first ever national television advertising campaign, introducing the now famous Two Guys commercials. These ads, featuring two goofy, relatable friends sitting in their car at a Sonic, were a stroke of genius. They didn't just sell burgers. They sold the experience, the fun, the friendship, the unique joy of eating in your car. This is our fourth insight. Sell the feeling, not just the product. Sonic wasn't just competing on price or speed anymore. They were competing on personality. The strategy worked. The company stabilized and began to grow again, this time with a clear, unified vision. They leaned into what made them unique. The massive, customizable drink menu with over 1 million combinations became a key differentiator. The roller skating car hops, once just a nostalgic gimmick, were brought back as a signature element of the Sonic experience. They embraced their retro cool identity instead of running from it. But the journey wasn't over. The 21st century brought new challenges. Increased competition, changing consumer tastes, and the rise of fast casual dining put pressure on all legacy fast food brands. Sonic had its ups and downs, moments of menu innovation and periods of stagnation. The Two Guys campaign eventually ended, and the company searched for a new marketing voice. This leads us to our final gentle reminder for any venture: the story is never truly over. A brand is a living thing that requires constant care, attention, and reinvention. The market will always change, and new challenges will always arise. The key is to remember who you are at your core. For Sonic, that core was always about a unique and fun customer experience, delivered with a touch of nostalgic charm. In 2018, Sonic was acquired by Inspire Brands, the parent company of Arby's and Buffalo Wild Wings, marking the end of its time as an independent public company but securing its future. Today, Sonic continues to serve up slushies and tater tots to millions. It stands as a testament to the power of a simple, good idea, the importance of community, the courage to adapt, and the wisdom to know what makes you special. It's a story of ups and downs, of near failure and triumphant comebacks. It's the story of service at the speed of sound, a gentle hum that has been a part of the American landscape for over 60 years. Thank you for joining me on this journey tonight. I hope this story has been a relaxing and interesting way to wind down your day. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more stories. Sweet dreams and sleep well.